injection that's easy on the eye.
Hey guys, it's me, your girl Z, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. You don't want to miss a video. I post every week. This is a video that I've been waiting to make pretty much since I became the bald girl. I'm kind of gonna give a disclaimer. I am not bothered with being the bald girl. It does not bother me that people say like, hey, oh my god, do you know that bald girl? That's just, it doesn't bother me. So you see, to me, I'm a statement. It's just what I do. I might get a little emotional. It's been a minute since I talked about this in depth, but I'm also going to be very transparent with you guys because this to me is a topic that is very close to my heart, but because I'm speaking about it on such a large platform, I want people to know and understand the depth of it and how it affected me, and hopefully help someone else that it is also affecting. So I have alopecia areata. What it means is that my immune system attacks my hair follicles, and so I lose my hair in large patches on my head. This is pretty much the story of how I became the bald girl from beginning to end. And so to start, I got diagnosed with alopecia when I was about 11 years old, and the way that it was pointed out to me, I was at school at this sock hop. If anyone that went to school with me is watching this, you know what a sock hop is. We were wearing pajamas and socks, and we were in our school gym dancing. Like, it was like a dance, but you were in pajamas and socks. Sorry if you never got to experience a sock hop, but it was litty. So I was at the sock hop, and one of my friends, and she had no ill intention. To this day, I know for a fact that she had no ill intention when she pointed this out to me. But she looks at me and she said, Sanaya, you have a bald spot. Like, it's right there. And she pointed up here on my head. This is the first place I got my bald spot. So again, I'm at school. So I go to the bathroom and I look at it. And I'm like looking in the mirror, like really like getting in there. And I'm touching it. And it is the smoothest thing I have ever touched in my life. I, as a child at 11 years old, was like, girl, don't nobody else see that. Whatever. And I don't know if other people saw it. No one else ever really said anything to me. Well, at the time, I had micro braids. And if you don't know what micro braids are, I will put them here. Okay, well, like, we were thinking that, well, one of your braids just pulled out your edges, you know, because it was right here at the front of my head. And I was like, yeah, maybe. But again, it was really, 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 really smooth. When you lose your hair, you lose it, and it's like smooth. Like, you can like wipe it down. Like, it's smooth. I get home that afternoon, and me and my mom were like talking about it, and she's like, sit down. And so she's like looking at the rest of my head, because she's like, well, let's see if you're like losing any more hair. And I can't really remember if I was or not, but I knew something was wrong when she picked up the phone. She called my grandma, and my grandma was like, well, alopecia runs in the family. Get that checked out and make sure that's not what it is. So alopecia is both stress-induced and hereditary. So, you know, people lose their hair when they get stressed. It's the same as like when you get stressed, you lose weight. It's the same concept. Just before I started losing my hair, I had really good hair, and it was long. But I went to my PCP, and my PCP was like, yeah, we're gonna have to get some blood work done, and I'm gonna have to send you to a dermatologist, but looking at this, I'm pretty sure that it's alopecia. So he gave me the whole explanation of what alopecia was, and y'all, I sat in that doctor's office and I cried and cried and cried and cried, like sobbing, literally an atomic bomb on my life, because I thought my life was over. I thought I wasn't gonna have any friends. And I thought that I was never going to get a boyfriend or be in a relationship or get married. Or I literally was treating this like I thought it was the end of the world. Because at this time in my life, I had a major attachment to my hair. Like a major attachment. I do think that a lot of that stems from, one, growing up a little black girl, I thought that my hair was like everything. Like, this is what makes me beautiful. Like, that's what I thought. Rounding that into literally trying to, okay, figure out, one, who I am, things that I like, where I'm gonna fit in at school, what I like to wear, all of that, and then losing my hair. Trauma. Literal trauma. Looked in the mirror and I studied myself and I studied myself and I studied myself. And everyone does that, really, essentially. But there were days that I did not want to look in the mirror. There were days that I would look in the mirror and I would just cry because I really, really hated who I was. Very, very difficult time to be 11 and to consistently every single day look in the mirror and actually genuinely hate yourself and hate what was looking back at you. Very, very difficult. So it started to get hard. By the time I was like 12 and 13, I was like full blown wearing wigs, like whole entire wigs. And I woke up every single day for school like an hour early so that I could put on my wig and make sure it looked good, because I, wanted it to look good, or as good as it could have been at 12 and 13. And I started wearing wigs, and Bougie Hair helped me get one of the nicest wigs ever. Shout out to Bougie Hair for sending me the hair, and shout out to my cousin Brianna and her entire team at Be Exquisite Hair Studio for constructing my wig. That literally changed my life, and was one of the most important and monumental moments for me. So I got a really, really nice wig that I still wear to this day. It is my go-to wig. Naomi, love you, girl. That's my girl, Naomi. But that was my first like real wig that was it had a lace closure on it. That was the first wig that I got that had a lace closure on it. And once I learned how to install it at that time, I wore that every single day. 14 years old, I woke up and I was looking in the mirror and I was tired. Like, I was like very, very defeated. And I had gotten to a point I did not have the energy, I did not have the drive to put this wig on and fake it another day. I just didn't have it in me. I was exhausted of doing that. I had gotten to a point where I felt like I was lying, because by that time I had lost more than most of my hair. Partly because of the alopecia, but also because I was stressing so much about how to navigate it and figure it out. And so that was just causing more and more hair loss. And so I'd lost a lot of hair by that time. And I was looking at myself in the mirror with these extremely large patches on my head, and I was like, I can't. I got to a point where I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot put this wig on. I cannot wear this wig all day at school. I can't do it. I just can't. I don't want to. By that year, I was on dance team, so I was also like trying to figure out, like, can I take my wig off in front of my teammates? Can I not? But it was just a lot. And I got to a point where I was very overwhelmed with it. And I busted my parents' room at 6 a.m. And I'm like, help me. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. And my dad was like, girl, what? And I want to give the biggest, hugest, largest shout out to both of my parents, because, okay, now I'm gonna start getting emotional. This is what is gonna happen, because the self-esteem and self-worth that my parents continued to instill in me throughout this time was very, very important. And it was very, very important that I had such supportive parents throughout this time, because it was a very difficult time for me. I looked in the mirror every day and I was like, I'm ugly. Like, I'm literally ugly. I cannot not have hair and be beautiful. So I didn't think that those two things could correlate. And so it was a very hard time. So when I went to my parents and I was like, I want to shave off all my hair, my dad was like, what? Like, are you sure? And my mom was like, she just started crying. She's like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, people are mean. And I was like, I know people are mean. Like, people are going to be mean regardless, right? You know? So people are going to be very, very cruel. And people were very, very cruel. But there were also very, very kind people as well. So my dad got up and he shaved my head for me. And he taught me. And I, to this day, cannot explain to you what was on my heart. But I walked right into school. It was cold outside, so I had a beanie on. But I walked into the cafeteria that morning and I took it off. And I walked with my shoulders back and I looked every single person I could in the eye. Because I wanted everyone in the room to know that even if I was not at all sure of the decision that I had just made, that I was not scared. I was about to put up a fight. So I walked into school like, yeah, I know that I'm a bad bitch. Yes, I eat my rice and cabbage. Booty so fat, he wanna grab it. You know, and that morning when my dad shaved my head, I will say that when he was shaving my head, I was smiling like from ear to ear. And reason being is because I felt like I was being who I was. I was embracing, for once in my life, who I truly was. And I was honestly kind of stepping into the power of that. So I want to say that I had a good day. I want to say that I had a good day. Was it hard? Yes. But by the time I was 16, I was like, this is it. Like, I love being bald. I love being bald. Waking up in the morning, brushing my teeth and washing my face and not having to do anything to my hair. What? Like, say what you want, baby. But that is the life. That is the life. I'm going to be bald headed because that is what I love to be. That is who I am. Bald headed scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. I don't really know. I don't know what else to tell you or how else to explain it. When I cut off all my hair, it was like, it's real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gonna let the light shine on me. Anyways, so all I can say is that if you got diagnosed with alopecia at any point, know that you are more than your hair. I was so worried about people knowing that I had alopecia that I didn't even realize that it didn't even change who I was. Like, I'm still fun and I'm still exciting and funny and entertaining and I can still go out and have a good time. Like, that didn't change just because I started losing my hair. I don't really know where else to go with that. That's cute. But yeah, that's it. I gotta go be bald-headed in peace now. Anyways, no. Okay, bye guys. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. See y'all next week.